There's a cooking show I used to love to watch where each contestant is given one really nice element, and alongside that, several, shall we say, lesser elements that they would have to bring to bear in the dish. It had to be present, it had to be noticeable, but those other elements needed to accentuate and highlight that prominent, most important element of the dish. Then can you imagine how these cooks feel when they open up their basket and alongside this really nice item that they are excited to work with, they see gummy bears or popsicles or potato chips or some of my childhood favorites, Vienna sausages, Spam. Imagine what Spam is thinking when the time is ticking down and the cook is laboring away, bringing things in, mixing it in, and comes up with this incredible dish where these elements are present. The prominent element is highlighted, and he sets it before the judges. Time is up. It is finished. And the judge says, "Well done." And that Spam is on the plate thinking, my day has come. I've made it to the big leagues. I have arrived. This is awesome. But Spam is the ridiculous part. It's the ridiculous that's made relevant. It's the abandoned that's been brought in. The left out has been lifted up beyond its own capacity. And so, no, I think that Spam, thinking rightly, would hear those words of the judges, look around where he is, being raised up like this beyond his own adequacy, and just give glory, not to himself, but to the element that he could be some part of, that he could accentuate the wonder of this element, that he would give glory to that cook that designed such a dish, that found some way to bring him in, that made a way for me, Spam, to be here and hear those words. It's incredible. And of course, we're the ridiculous. We are the abandoned brought in. We're the left out lifted up. God is the cook. Christ is that element. And we are rightly ashamed for what have we to set ourselves before the presence of God? Does the smell of my life, does that please him on my own with what I've done, thought, said, with all that I am? But Christ. 2 Corinthians 2:14-15, it says, "But thanks be to God, who always leads us in triumph in Christ, and manifests through us the sweet aroma of the knowledge of him in every place. For we are a fragrance of Christ to God among those who are being saved and among those who are perishing." That God would manifest the knowledge of Christ to you and through you, and to me and through me. That we would remember those words that he said, it is finished. And we would be left astounded to think, God, what have you done? What have you done? How can I be in your presence? How can I be part of what lifts up your name? And be like the demon-possessed man out of Mark chapter 5. I love that story where it seems that Jesus crossed the sea and brought his disciples to that land for that man. And of course, he's thinking, I'm sure he takes into account all of the lives that would be touched through him. But I just wonder, when the demons were cast out and this man is there begging Jesus that he might come with him, Jesus says to him, "No, but go throughout the Decapolis, go throughout the 10 cities and tell them what good things the Lord has done for you, what great things God has done for you." And I wonder the rest of his story. I wonder who he told, what lives were touched. Did he marry? Did he have kids? Were his grandkids gathered around him? They're like, Granddad, tell us again the story of what God did for you, and so what he did for us. That we would go and tell what great things God has done for us, making us part of this dish. That we would be brought in, once ridiculous, once ashamed, now part of what accentuates the glory and wonder of that element which is Christ. So may you be active in the sharing of your faith, God's redemption of your life and mine, that we may come to a full understanding of everything that we have, that spam could be in the big leagues, the ridiculous, how useful, that we could be brought in and lifted up, raised up for a meaningful purpose, to give glory to Christ and that the designer that made a way for us to be brought in. Not that we are adequate in ourselves, but as 2 Corinthians goes on in chapter 3 to say, but our adequacy comes from God. So may God manifest the knowledge of Christ to and through you and me. And I will catch you all again on the next video.